Okay, boys, welcome back to the Grand Cross video, and before we start, once again, I'm a big 7DS fan, of course. Let me know if you've watched the newest episode 16. Not going to say anything, but I haven't watched it either, but from reading the manga, this might be one of my favorite episodes, you know if you watch it. But moving on, this is not clickbait. Rimuru was buffed, but not in the way we thought, and maybe not in a way that would bring back the collab. So let's just jump into it. So right now on JP, obviously I'm on my global account. There was the Stranger Things updates coming tomorrow, I think. So they haven't got it just yet, but they did release the patch notes for it. Or maybe it's out, I'm not too sure, I haven't been on JP yet. And yeah, they buffed Mike. Mike was the worst one at the bunch, and they've now buffed him, which indirectly buffs Rimuru Tempest, not the slime one, because they do share the same ultimate. So this is not the slime buff we were hoping for, and buffing these units, or buffing this thing here, doesn't say they're going to return back the collab, because my theory was if we did get a buff towards, you know, the slime units, they would have to return it, because why would you buff the old units if you're not going to actually return them, right? So let's just kind of jump into and kind of go over what's been going on. So on the forums, I guess not the forums, the Discord, it was translated here, where characters or heroes with the stun ultimate will now have a 2-turn stun instead of 1, need level 6 ultimate. So once again, not the greatest thing, because, well, it's a collab unit, it's hard to get them 6-6. So if I go down to Mike, which is annoying because mine is 5-6, or could be 5-6 if I did spend his coins, but I don't think I want to. But right here you can see he does stun for 1 turn, and if you do get him 6-6, it will be 2 turns. It's yeah, it's inferior, to be fair, to the Odds and Hawk ability, because Odds and Hawk does 2 turns expel rather than stun, and you rather have that. The stun effect is still obviously a debuff, so if you do use on Escanor, turn, you know, by the time you get the ultimate, Escanor will be on turn 2 or turn 3, and coming off turn 3 as well, so it's, you're probably not going to stun him, and if you do, he's just going to remove it after a turn or 2 anyway, so it's, it doesn't help where expel goes through Escanor's passive, so you'd rather just give him Expel Net. What are you thinking? But yeah, you can see here it does do 1 turn. I'm not going to spend my coins to get him to 5-6 to where I can show you. Just take my word on it. Obviously, the patch notes are here. And with this ultimate, since they do share the same one, Meliodas, the counter one, well, yeah, the counter one is getting the buff as well. But with that, obviously, Rimuru Tempest, not the slime one, does have the same ultimate, so he will be getting a buff too. Now, obviously, he's a collab hero, so you cannot get him again, and he's very hard to get him early on, so I doubt anyone really has him 6-6, maybe some whales, but it's a little bit of a shame, to be honest with you, because if you don't know what I'm referring to, Regents did make a Discord. I mean, to be fair, I still have hope, because, well, Regents do say here, slime units, or units from the slime collaboration, will receive a buff. So this is only one character they buffed. Maybe we'll do buff up some more stuff later on, but this ain't good looking, right? If they are just buffing the ultimates of I guess of characters that share the same ultimates, then it's not the greatest thing. If we do go over to some of the characters, I think Millen's down here somewhere. Let me see what Millen has. Millen has Detonate. There's not too many characters that have Detonate. I'm not too sure how they can buff this because, well, you know, Detonate's the same ability. They can't buff Detonate. Maybe the multiplier, but at that point, they're probably indirectly buffing her. So maybe that could be a call for return. If I do go towards Benny Maru, if I find him, he has, is it weak point? Decrease skill ranks. Okay, so this one here, it's the same as the Merlin. So if they do buff this, they'll be buff of a Merlin's. But once again, I'm not too sure what they could do rather than increasing the multiply. Because I actually saw with the slime one, or I guess the mic one as well, they don't actually increase the actual multiply. They just increase the stun effect. So I'm not too sure what they can do here. I would hope they would actually buff the units in terms of, like, you know, buff and passive a bit. Maybe make this down to 5 times and do 6% if you get my point, so you can get that pass to activate a little bit quicker. They can't buff weak point. If anything, just buff the actual, you know, what's it, the actual, what's it called, the stats of the characters. And as well, I was hoping they'll return the collab, so we get a part 2 where they return the old ones, buff the old ones, because then there's hope for my Aaron getting buffed. But also do a part 2 to where you bring back the, like, I guess some new units, because I haven't seen Slime Season 2, so I noticed probably some hype characters from that. I'm sure even for Season 1 they didn't add everyone, but you can also, you know, give cosmetics. Like, I've said it a lot of times now. Well, these kind of got shafted because they were the first collab unit, so they didn't get you know, they got some SR equipment, which is just horrible. And trying to max that out if you are trying to use the characters, it's going to take a lot of resources to max out. And one thing I've constantly keep on brought up is the fact that Milan doesn't have any attack weapons. This is definitely an oversight on their part, because I guess cosmetics weren't that big at the start of the game. It made no sense not to do it. But multiple times now, she doesn't have any weapons. So if they were to return the collab, they could bring more cosmetics. Because a lot of characters, I think all of them apart from Ram, are the only collab character, or Ram is the only collab character that has 5 on each of the outfits and weapons and cosmetics, where some characters have 4. Majority have always 4. They might be missing a weapon or 2, but majority of characters are missing, you know, 1 weapon, 1 headpiece, 1 outfit, which is quite annoying because they are collab characters, so they're hard to get CC'd out. And to have that missing thing, and not to mention Milan has literally no weapons, so our attack is so low. And also, I've said this multiple times, the only skill in the game that has the lowest multiplier, 60%, it basically always hits patience. So these skills, I believe this is the only skill in the game that's unique to Milan, because it's single target and AoE, which I don't think we've seen too often with skills. I think Elizabeth has one too, but it's a very interesting mechanic, and I kind of want to see this more, but not 60%. They need to change that. So hopefully they do return the collab. It's just literal speculation, but once again, Regions does say units, so I'm sure there are some buffs. And once again, he does say multiple times things are constantly changing, so maybe they said maybe not, let's not do another one. But there is also another collab in the leaks, in the files, which could be Slime Part 2. There's no saying, we don't know what it is yet, but stay tuned, I guess, for more information when that does get revealed. But yeah, that's kind of it for the buffs. I guess Ruin's getting buffed, so Tony probably loving that one right now, not gonna lie. But I think that is kind of it. They also, I believe the what's it, Zeldris and Chandler Banner are leaving, so Chandler is getting added into the part, not part, I was about to say part 3. This band over here, it's the demon one. So if you have some of these tickets, start saving them. You may get Chandler. Obviously, I did make a video a while ago about it, where I said, bro, save your tickets. You might get an Archangel. And what did I get? I got Tamio, my first multi. So it happens. I've done it twice now. I've gotten Sario and Tamio. You know, you have a good chance of doing it. And yeah, I think that might be it. I guess I would like for it to return, not only to get some of the characters duped out again, but also to get buffed up. Because, listen, this... it's one of my most viewed PvP videos, this slime, right? So much fun. If he actually had the stats that he had normally, I mean, he won't, right? But if he had the stats that he had when he was getting buffed, the guy's actually sick, man. Honestly, it's such one of the best units. Only bad thing is, though, is that he grants debuff mini. It would be nice if he grants debuff mini, but also removes debuffs, because that would be pretty sick, because to make the guy a little bit better. And I guess his passive, maybe change it a little bit. It's not the greatest, but to be fair, it is a slime. Oh, not slime, it is an SR character. But honestly, it's one of my favorite characters in the game, and it's an old character. And I guess I would like to get some more dupes. I'm sure most of you as well would like to get at least 1 copy of the characters, despite them not being usable. I'm sure a lot of you would rather have like Milan run around in your tavern or whenever you go into your knighthood. But boys, that is it. Stay tuned for later today, where I go over what banner is the best to summon for, Stranger Things or ReZero. I have some things to say, and I would have done it yesterday, but you know, I wanna know what the characters do, because it's the first time it came to global first. I can't make it should you summon on the first day when it is the first day. So boys, thank you for watching. Let me know what you lot think. Hopefully we are partly wrong here, and hopefully it does return in the future. But yeah, let me know what you lot think, and hopefully if you do have the slime Rimuru 66, let me know if you're gonna be using him now. He's getting the little buff, but it's nothing, to be fair. But yeah, thank you for watching, and peace.